Hi guys, welcome to Ken's Games Collection and episode 14 of Blah Blah Blah. Now this is going to be based on a video I did recently on my favorite 5 Switch games, and I briefly touched on the fact that I wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild, and I saw in my comments section that some people agreed with me, others said that this is a fantastic game, they love it. I respect both opinions on this. We're not going to agree on every single game out there is great. What I like you might not like, or what you like I may not like, and that's just the way the world is. But I just want to briefly touch on some of the reasons, and I wrote this down on why I'm not a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. Now, I got into the whole Legend of Zelda series on the Super Nintendo with A Link to the Past, which was an amazing game, and I played a lot of the games throughout the years. I wasn't really into the N64, GameCube, Wii. I kind of reintroduced myself to Zelda and all those games on the Wii U and also the Nintendo's 3DS. Yeah, there was a lot of games that released on there, and that sparked my interest back in the whole Zelda series. And I was so looking forward to Breath of the Wild. And when I got it, I played it for a while. I pretty much enjoyed the first 20 minutes, half an hour, and then things started going wrong for me. And I just want to briefly touch on some of the points that I wrote down that I feel where this game went wrong for me. It may not have went wrong for you, but maybe I'm just an old school Zelda fan that can't adjust to Nintendo trying to do something different, and maybe that's what they were trying to do, but I don't think they achieved what I think they were trying to do with this game. To me, the world felt very empty after those first 20 minutes when I got out into the world, and it was just like a vast wilderness, what I remember of it. And I think doing that, having an open world, was a hindrance, because I think they were trying to make it play and look and feel like the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and that's a big mistake, trying to put a Zelda game into a vast open world where there's nothing to do. You have your main story, but when you look at the Elder Scrolls, you got your main stories, but you got all these side quests which are very cleverly done, and you could spend hours and hours getting lost on side quests and forgetting about main quest. And if Nintendo had done something similar to that, then I think I may have enjoyed this game way much more. I found that there was too many shrines in this game. I didn't get the whole thing, and I think with the Wii U version, with the gyro controls, moving that control tablet around, which was so tedious, and I would have to turn that off and try and do it another way. I didn't like it. I think they did fix this up on the Nintendo Switch version, but I didn't like the whole thing with the shrines. I was really missing dungeons, and I have to admit, when I played Link's Awakening, I go in that first dungeon and I've got a massive smile on my face, because that's the Zelda I know and love. Going in dungeons, doing your tasks, getting a boomerang, getting a grapple hook, getting all that sort of stuff that I kind of missed from Breath of the Wild. And the biggest thing I had issues with Breath of the Wild was your weapons and shields breaking constantly. I would go in to do battles, and I could see the integrity of either the spear, sword, or the shield, slowly depleting, and to the point where it's just completely busted. And I've never experienced that in a Zelda game before. We've always had your Hyrule sword, your shield, or whatever it was, and you could just go along and hack and slash your way through those games without ever having to worry about a weapon breaking. And I was always constantly checking to see what I had to make weapons, or if I had enough weapons to get me through. And fighting with a stick was just ridiculous for me. I just couldn't get my head around that fact of what Nintendo were trying to do, and I don't know what they were trying to do by having the weapons and shields break on you. To me, it was frustrating, and that was a big thing for me not to like this game, along with the dungeons. to me, a Zelda game with dungeons. That's what I need. That's what I know. That's where it all began for me on A Link to the Past. And I didn't get the whole idea of crafting, you know, to make food. When I think the first time I did crafting, I was thinking Minecraft. I don't know if they were trying to take bits and pieces from Skyrim, Minecraft, trying to meld it into a Zelda game, but to me it didn't work. Open world was too open, not enough side quests as far as I was concerned. If you're going to do a vast Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda open world game, you need to fill that thing with a lot of stuff to do to keep the interest of the player, and I think that's where Nintendo went wrong. Now, will they fix this on Breath of the Wild 2? I really hope they do. I really wanted to like this game. I even tried to convince myself it was a great game when I first started playing it. I think if you go back on earlier videos, when I first started doing Switch stuff on my channel, I may have said that this is a great game. But I was trying to convince myself it was a great game. But the reality is, for me, it wasn't. You want to play something like this, you're better off playing Skyrim on the Switch, where you got Link's costume. That would be a better choice than playing Breath of the Wild. But I do hope that they will take a good hard look at themselves with Breath of the Wild 2. Bring back the dungeons. Get rid of those shrines. If you want to have shrines in there, I think there was like 99 shrines or 100 shrines in this game. I don't know. It was just too tedious. Have a couple of shrines in there. Bring back the dungeons. Don't let the weapons and shields break. And let's, you know, hopefully that Nintendo will do something like that, so I can, you know, enjoy this game, because it does look very nice. I like the character design. If I didn't like the character design, I wouldn't have the amiibos behind me. I love those. The characters look amazing. The world does look very nice. I like how Nintendo do try to change the look and feel of every Zelda game that they do present to us. But they're my reasons for not liking Breath of the Wild. If you agree, disagree, leave a comment down below. I respect your opinions. I won't silence anybody on this channel to tell me if they like it or not. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If you know, but that's just the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. I really wanted to like this game, but you know, it just, yeah, maybe I'm an old school Zelda fan, that's it. Hey guys, yeah, leave a comment. What do you think? Agree or disagree? Until next time, bye.